Also, yeah, my bad.
Do you guys want to get into the TWaB?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, before we do that though, one more time. Thunderlord's amazing, man. I freaking love it. I was so happy
really
to get it. Lightning explosions.
It does a lot of damage.
Yes,
it does.
Yes.
Oh my god, I tried it on a spider tank and it shredded like the leg armor plating. And I was like, wow, this thing's nuts.
I don't know if it's supposed to do that much, but I'm not going to complain.
I hope they don't.
Did you see the ribbon?
Perfectly reasonable.
The ribbon clip? No, I didn't see
Everything gets melted by
People
Thunderlord.
tried Thunderlord on ribbon. Instead of using cluster bombs, they used Thunderlord and they one-faced ribbon.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
No, they one-phased Morgoth too without melting
everything.
point. I think like no, it does a lot of damage. It's kind of crazy.
It's working as well as the briefcase in Hitman 2.
The briefcase. Oh,
I can't wait to play that game.
Briar, the briefcase is amazing.
Are you playing it? I cannot wait.
I played it
I
last
love
night,
Hitman 1.
and you don't get the briefcase right away, but like once you unlock it, you have a sudden perspective in life where everything's getting cased and briefed, and it's great. You're casing the joint and you're making it brief. It also targets around the corner and defies all physics. You go like this type of thing.
I've seen clips. It has tracking on it. I don't understand.
It's a tomahawk.
Working as intended. Working as intended.
Beautiful.
So one of the rewards, since we're finishing up talking about Thunderlord, one of the rewards for getting the Thunderlord is on the Bungie Rewards program on their website, you can get a shirt,
right,
with
really cool.
What is it?
With a what?
A death dealer on a horse with the heavy metal.
It's like a heavy metal with band. A thunderbolt and a horse and a thunderlord.
Looks like it's a horseman of the apocalypse.
Yeah,
right. Carrying a Thunderlord as painted on your van.
It feels 80s metal.
It's 80s.
It's awesome.
I want it.
Yeah,
I'm getting it.
It's long sleeve though. Why
fun fact, this was
you can cut the sleeves off and look even more metal,
right?
You got a point. I didn't think about that. Of course, more punk.
Add some studs.
You got to earn the gun to buy the T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
a tough one.
I wonder what the artist was doing. Like they bring in, all right, here's Last Word. Yeah, it shoots really fast. Here's Thorn. It's poison over time. It took a little bit more time on the next one. Just don't be too judgmental. This is Thunderlord. I have a guy holding it on a horse with a lightning bolt. I don't know if we can incorporate that somehow. And they just never use that art in the game. It's like, throw on the T-shirt. It looks totally metal.
What does it say? What is that text around it?
It's I believe it's the flavor text. They return from the fields far. Their eyes have passed. Yeah, it's the flavor text on the board.
Nice.
All right.
That guy says that Holtz needs the shirt and get the mullet.
Agreed.
I think that's
a little difficult. Do the mullet right now.
It's called a grind. You can grind out a mullet. All right.
You can grind out the mullet.
Holtz, no excuses, man. You chose that haircut when you went
I can't
to
hear
Texas.
interview. I don't have my headphones on.
Don't even.
So
they started talking about Season of the Forge as well.
It's important that you know that you need to get this before November 27th. So the Lost Cryptarch quest will be available through November 27th. So important. You need to get Thunderlord before then. If
That's
you have
when
the quest.
Season of the Forge comes out. Is November 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, we'll get the Black
Armory
expansion. Or not expansion. Season Black Armory. What do we call Black Armory?
It's like,
update.
It's like an expansion, but no, it's not. It's
a
content drop.
DLC.
You think it's DLC? I guess it is DLC.
It's
right?
not a DLC. I mean, it is downloadable content, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at the specific definition, it is downloadable.
You have to pay for it, and it's downloadable.
Paid seasonal content.
So, they're trying to change the terminology I think they're trying to soften the marketing terminology of the product, and that's a PR strategy. But
they're trying to make it be like, we're making your end game better. We're not giving you campaign or cutscenes. Please expect just exotics and like
Yeah.
A new raid. It's got a new raid layer.
I wonder how that's going to go over, right? It's like not getting new cutscenes, new story stuff. Like, how's that going to go over?
Forsaken,
about it?
No, I'm bummed about that. Like,
Oh, okay.
Forsaken was the first time we got one of the better stories with the Destiny lore. And like, you look back at the Destiny 2 launch, that's pretty compelling, but it all ended up being fairly meaningless except for the Traveler exploding. But now we have Forsaken. It speaks about Cade's death, and they've continued to tell the story every week with little hints and snippets with the Queen in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I really like this.
We're
gonna get more
why
of that,
I think,
though.
yeah, I think they're going to continue that thought process and that storyline and keep talking about it. We're just not going to get like the big sweeping story cutscenes and missions. I think.
I hope they do that for D3. Then like.
Oh, you don't want to see the story continue?
No, I do want to see the story continue.
No,
I think they're just
sorry,
gonna
with
use
Black Armory.
in-game cutscenes.
It's just no cutscenes.
Yeah.
I think it will, but like they'll still do in-game cutscenes, right? They're just not going to do like blur cinematics or whatever, because they didn't specify no cutscenes ever.
I think they're talking more so about not having the fully acted, like fleshed out CG cutscenes.
Yeah.
You can do in-game stuff with the in-game engine.
Exactly. I imagine those cutscenes cost a lot of money to have all those high renders and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah. So that's quite a bit of money that could go towards reskinning the Thunderlord.
A new exotic. Brand new.
So
Yeah.
November 27th, the Season of the Forge will begin. Is it December 4th? The Black Armory is released.
Yep.
So we get kind of like a week with theoretically
It's
like a 1 week meta. Like, will we get like a patch with like meta updates and stuff like that? Like, what is the difference between the Season of the Forge and?
Do you think PvP is going to break silence finally?
There's a ViDoc coming out on the 27th, which is probably going to tell us stuff. So if there's any information about trials or PvP or anything, I assume it's going to be in the ViDoc.
Probably not. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right, Dustin. Probably not.
That's crazy.
Probably not.
It's been 3 months. We got another 3 to go before we hear any changes about PvP.
That's how it used to be. Especially during December, like December, January, you wouldn't hear a peep out of it.
And they warned us about that in this TWaB. They're like, it's going to be light on info during Christmas time.
Christmas, or were they talking about Thanksgiving?
It's usually Christmas.
It's basically like for like the month of December, almost, and then most of part of January.
The first part.
Yeah.
Okay, so they say next week, as the holiday season begins in our neck of the woods, the news coming out of the studio will be random and light. The week after, we'll be exploring all the details of another kind of season. Stay tuned. So it sounds like they're taking the week off for Thanksgiving, and the week after they'll be talking about the new season.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to hear about the Dawning. Should be hearing about that.
Oh, that's
after
true.
Black Armory comes out.
Who wants Destiny 2 SRL?
Nobody.
I want Destiny 2 SRL. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I want it because I know of a ton of other people really like it. Like, people really like SRL.
Have they ever checked out a racing game?
I don't know, but they like driving their fucking Sparrows, and they want to drive it, drive them fast in the game instead of just having them blow up every 10 feet.
Have you not thought about SRL when you're playing the Prison Elders Strike and been pancaked by a train?
The only time I think about SRL is when somebody in chat says, "Hey, you think they're going to do SRL again?" And I'm like, I hope not.
I hope they do just to spite you, like just you.
Like, okay, I don't want the Dawning to just focus on SRL, but I would like to see SRL to finally come back, especially with, the PC and the nice graphics.
There's going to be snowballs, Tafty. We're going to have snowball fights.
On SRL?
For the people that want SRL, I hope they bring it back.
Chuck a snowball while you're racing?
I don't care.
Knock someone off the Sparrow? That would be even better.
Oh, a kick? How about a blue turtle shell?
How about throwing snowballs while on your Sparrow?
How about throwing engrams? Yeah, how about you pick up an engram and then you chuck the engram?
Like the exploding exotic engrams?
Yes.
They already have that in there. There, it's in the game.
Copy paste.
They also showed off a couple of teaser images for Season of the Forge with the the EXO, Season of the Drifter,
EXO.
and
With
Season of the Blank with a ninja robot.
It's Sweeperbot.
Yeah.
You think it's Sweeperbot? You think you traded in
Sweeperbot.
the broom for a sword?
But no, let's put it together, right?
EXO Lakshmi?
No, it's
no.
Sweeperbot.
The EXO, no, that's different EXO for sure.
Because when we saw like the little teasers of all of the DLCs that are coming, it showed Callus, like Callus's face and statue, and there was a door. And then we have Sweeperbot, which we know Sweeperbot's doing something funky with Callus.
Yep.
So, Season of the Sweeperbot.
Do you think Callus is going to come back?
Sweeperbot's story.
Well, look at the background
depths
of
of
the
Callus's
image.
Yeah.
Fat growth.
It's got a callus like
Fatty
type.
growth.
Fatty growth.
Season of the fatty growth.
Maybe Benedict gets fat. His story to plumpness.
Benedict rounds out.
We have a list of things to expect on November 27th. Infamy rank points awarded for all bounties will be doubled. Numerous dailies, daily challenges, and weeklies have had their objectives retuned to take less time and be easier to complete. A new bounty has been added to the daily rotation that requires primeval envoy kills. There'll be infamy rewards. Subdivision rank ups now award Gambit legendary weapons or armor.
It's good.
They're changing the primeval catch-up mechanics to make them a little more punishing if you're
we need to talk about
behind.
This.
Okay, so teams that summon their primeval second can only ever receive one catch-up stack of primeval slayer. Previously, the trailing team received multiple stacks depending on how far behind they were. For instance, if the leading team has had 7 stacks of primeval slayer, when trailing team summoned, they would receive 4 stacks. Now they will receive only 1. So it's going to be harder to make those comebacks.
If you summon first, you're done. You win.
Yeah. Which
games aren't going to be as close.
Yeah. Man,
I see it
that's
as
not good.
It's good and bad. It's good. It's good. I know a lot of us have been upset by the catch-up mechanics because it feels like you're being punished for summoning first. But also, this could have a very negative effect of if some team is behind, they're not going to want to play anymore. They're just going to leave the game.
Quit out and look for another game.
It's a really tricky balance of balancing to where it's not punishing for players to summon first, but you still keep people playing the game so they're not just quitting. It's a really delicate balance they have to do.
The way it seems now, there's too much of a catch-up mechanic. It feels like there's too much of a rubber band.
I think 4 is a lot to get.
Yeah, I usually only have 2 catch-up packets.
If I summon first with my crew, it's so rare that I lose currently. So I haven't really had an issue with the catch-up mechanic in the past.
I think good teams generally, if they summon, they just burn it down. Yeah,
you burn. Like you do shoulder charges to your Titan, and then you melt them with some Warlock buddies, and the hunter does whatever.
If I'm playing with a team, I would agree with you. If I'm playing with randoms, who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, right.
You get to 10 stacks, and you're like, guys, come on.
God, somebody shoot this guy.
Just shoot him with a pickle. He's going to die.
They're trying to not hurt him. They're trying to capture him instead of kill him.
On November 20th through the 23rd, we get double infamy. From the 23rd to 27th, we get triple infamy. So it'll be a good time to grind for infamy.
Nice.
Grind your infamy. Also, on the note of Gambit, on this Gambit stream that they did confirm that there's going to be a Pinnacle Gambit weapon.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, that I really like, actually.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah.
So that'll come in Season of the Forge or whatever it's called.
Yeah.